Okay guys, welcome back. Welcome back to this channel, this game development channel where we are creating some awesome games using the Unity engine. If you are new to this channel, please do go ahead and subscribe. If you're interested in making games, that's what we do here. My name is Gino and yeah, I'm a game developer. So we are going to be starting our next game. Series 2, which is creating a Breakout game. If you haven't already seen the first series, please do go and watch that. In the first series we created a very simple 2D platformer running game, so you just had to control a character in the scene and run from one end of the scene to the other while my microphone's on, so that's good. You just had to run across from one side of the scene to the other while what is it? What is it called? Why can't I think? You had to dodge obstacles and enemies. There you go, got it. So yeah, while collecting coins. Very simple, but it was a nice way to start our first series. So yeah, let's go ahead and start this series. So in today's series, or in the start of today, we're going to be creating our Breakout game. So I actually did this yesterday. I filmed this video yesterday, but I filmed the entire video without my microphone on, so that's great. So today we are just gonna refilm that episode, and we're gonna have to uncheck all of these because we have to go and delete our entire project. So let's find that, do that. So let's go remove. Also remove this repository to trash, so let's do that, and then hopefully that will get rid of it on the internet as well. Let's go ahead and check that. So yeah, a bit of an unfortunate situation because that's an entire, what was it, close to an hour which was wasted. So now I have to film this video again, as well as filming tomorrow's video today as well. So that's great, but anyway, this episode is not too long, so we can go ahead and do it quickly. All we need to do is just, well, first of all, try and get rid of this because this is what we created yesterday. So let's go back into settings. Let's see if we can delete this repository, copy it and place this, just because we don't want to type it out. Confirm password. Hopefully you didn't see that. Okay, so that's deleted, and then what else do we do? Then we also need to go ahead and delete our project inside of our Unity hub. So that needs to open. It's a bit slow. My laptop is struggling a bit, but we'll make it work. Okay, so it looks like it's been deleted out of here. So let's go ahead and delete it out of our out of our hard drive so that we can replace it. So game development, Unity game builds, and then platformer 3D. Okay, no, so it's completely deleted it from when we deleted it on our GitHub. So that's perfect. Let's go ahead and start this from scratch now. So we can go ahead and add a new repository, or try and keep this the same as the first series. So let's just go and double check what that is. So if we just copy and paste that, and then we'll just change the name, but where did it go? Okay, guess we have to start it again. So create new, change this from 2D runner platformer to 2D Breakout. Initialize that with the readme just in case we need it later on. We probably won't, but we'll just do it instead. And then what we need to do is go ahead and publish this. Publish our repository. And then let's go ahead and see if that's worked. So let's just go here quick, and then go to my profile. So we should see a breakout. There we go, 2D breakout, but this is private, so I'm going to change this to public, just so that you can access it if you want to. So make public. And what I mentioned in the first episode, which I filmed yesterday, but which we're now refilming, is I am going to make the majority of these series. Well, I'm going to make the GitHub repo public so that you can access it, and I'll put the link in the description. But only if the assets that I'm using are free. Obviously, if you pay for assets, you don't want to just distribute them to other people for free, because that's not fair on the creator. But yeah, if I create my own assets, or if we don't use assets in the game, then I'll make the repository public so that you can access it, and I'll put the link in each of the videos description. So if you want to follow along, please go ahead. The link is in the description, and that will be of the finished project. So what are we saving here? We don't need to save that. Okay, so let's go back to GitHub, and then what we need to do is we need to go and recreate a new project. So let's say that. Okay, get rid of that. That's what we want to name it. Let's change the location. Put the location into our game builds, game development, Unity game builds. Inside of here, select the folder. We'll change that to 2D because we want to create a 2D game. And then let's go ahead and create the project, which looks like it's not able to create, which is weird. So 2D project name is Unity YouTube 2D Breakout. That's weird. Let's go see why this is not working. So let's see. In here we want to create not YouTube art. Where's it? Game development, Unity game builds, Breakout, select folder, create project. Unable to create. Interesting. Let's go ahead and see what's happening here. Where is it? Here. That should work. I don't know why it's been like this, why it's not working. Very, very interesting. So things went a lot smoother yesterday. Obviously this probably has something to do with us creating the exact same project in the same location as yesterday. So let's try and figure out why. Create project, 2D project name, Breakout game. Let's just try that maybe. Unable to create project. Very interesting. Okay, you know what? We'll just delete this again. Remove that. And then we will also... let's just create a new repository and give it a different name, just to see if it makes a difference. Breakout game. Initialize that. Create. And then just publish that quickly. Let's go ahead and delete the Breakout, the first one we made, this one, because it's not working, so we might as well. There's no need for us to have it. Not visibility. Delete. Delete that. While we're here, we might as well actually forget about that. Let's go back. So hopefully we can go ahead and create our project now. So if this doesn't work, I don't know what's happening here, but let's see. Hard drive 1, game development, Unity game builds, and in the Breakout game. So we want to make that in here. 2D project, unable to create project. Why? Can you give me more information, please? I don't understand. Okay, you know what? Let's see. What is it? Unity Hub. Unable to create project. Unity Hub won't create my project. What does this say? In different version of Unity. No luck. Hold on. Let's see. Let's try. If we do that, change. No. If we go back a version, try that one maybe. No luck. 2D project, breakout game, hopefully there. Okay, guess we are using an older version of the game. So let's go ahead and delete this, remove package from this, remove, because we don't need duplicates. That was the one I created yesterday, or yeah, the one I created, no, the first one we created today. Remove that, just so we don't get confused. Bring that down. Minimize that. So now we should be able to see that our all our assets have, or all our project files have been added. So let's go and say project created project, shall we? Created a new, that was right. Created a new project in Unity Hub. Created a new 2D project in Unity Hub, and then this should have opened our game. I don't know. Okay, so it's still busy building our game. So while we wait for that, let's go ahead and see what we need to do today. So today we're just been working on the main menu scene. We're going to create our main menu, add in a couple of buttons, and then we will link the buttons so that they take us to new scenes or exit the game. So we'll have a play button, and that's going to take us from the main menu scene to the play game scene, or the game scene. And then we will have a exit button that will take us from the main menu out of the game, just back to your desktop. And then that will be it for today's episode. It's going to be fairly short. We did this yesterday, so it's still fresh in my brain. So it shouldn't take us long at all, assuming that things will actually open at some point. And it's taking forever, but so let's go ahead and open the internet, and we'll go and look up some breakout game. Oh, why can I not type breakout game? So this is the game that we are going to be making. Very simple. All we have is a paddle, just a paddle like this. This is exactly what we're going to be making actually. A paddle that you can control from left to right using the arrow keys or the A and D key on your keyboard. And then you have a ball that you'll be able to launch off of the paddle using your space key. And once you launch the ball, it goes up and hits the blocks, and it breaks the blocks. And then we'll add some boundaries on the side, so that if you hit the side, the ball bounces back and goes in the opposite direction. As well as we will also add in some lives, so you'll have 3 lives probably. If you miss the ball and it goes below the paddle, that's called an out of bounds area. You'll lose a life. The ball will then respawn back on your paddle, and then you have to launch it again and start playing the game again. And then we will also try and create as many levels as we can. And then once you've broken all the blocks in each level, we will just load in a new level and the game will carry on. until either you finish your lives, which you then will be sent back to the main menu, or you break all the blocks in the levels. Then you would have finished the game, and then that's it. Then you have to start again, I guess. But yeah, let's go ahead and see. Hopefully our project has created, and it has, so let's get started. So we don't really need that, so let's just put it back on Google. So what we want to do is, if we go to my desktop, here you can actually see the theme of the game, but let's go ahead and open Adobe XD. This is where I draw all my art for this channel. So these are the main colors and the theme of the game. So this series is going to be themed on this pinkish purple color. The paddle that we're going to be using is going to look very similar to this. We're going to try and recreate this in Unity, as well as the blocks. These are basically what the blocks are going to look like. We will create some different color blocks just so it looks cooler, and then we're also going to be adding in some particle effects. So when you break a block, it's actually going to shatter, and then it's going to like fall down. So we'll create different colored blocks just so we get different colored particles effects as well. And then yeah, I think that's it. So let's go ahead and start working on our main menu. So the first thing to do is, first of all, the first thing I always do is change the background of the camera, because I don't like that blue. So we'll change that. In fact, we won't change it to black. We will go and copy this color, just because this is going to be our theme color. So let's try and get this color. So if we copy this color code, we can just go ahead and paste it in here. Hopefully that works, so that's perfect. We'll use that color. So if we go back to where we were, let's just go ahead and save that color by pressing that, so we don't have to keep copying in that color code. And then what we also want to do is we want to copy in this pink color as well, just so that we have all our colors in our project. So let's just actually, let's do this. We'll just set this color as the pink quickly, just so we can save it, and then we'll go ahead and reset that back to that purple color. Okay, so now we need to I deleted the fonts from yesterday's video. Let's see if we can get those fonts back quick. They should be in my downloads folder somewhere. Let's see. Let's go date modified yesterday. Okay, perfect. So these are the fonts that we will be using in the series. That's basically this font here with the line in the middle. Just looks cooler. Hello. What is that? Okay. I'm so confused. There's music playing and I don't know where it's coming from. Okay, found it. That's very confusing. I don't know how that opened. Okay, anyway. Hopefully we don't get a copyright strike, because I doubt that was a copyright free music. But anyway, let's get back to it. So these are our fonts. Let's go ahead and move them into our project. So if we create a new folder, let's call it fonts, and then we can copy and paste all of them in there, drag and drop them, it's easier. Okay, into the folder please. Perfect. Get rid of that, make that full screen again, and then we will need another folder for all of our scripts. We're only going to be working on one script today, and that's going to be our game manager, and that's going to control our movement between each the different scenes. So going from our main menu to our game scene, and then either from our game scene or our main menu out of the game while pressing the buttons. So we'll just go ahead and open that so it's open for when we need it. So in our scene we now need to add in our buttons. Okay, so our script is opening somewhere. There it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and make that full screen, move it to this side. So let's see. First on the list is create a new GitHub. We've done that. Create a new 2D project. Import the required assets from the asset store. So we're not going to do that because we're just going to make everything from scratch in Unity. So we'll just tick that, and then for now we're going to set up our main menu. So the first thing we need to do is add in our title. So if we switch into our scene view and double click on our text, and zoom out a bit, you'll be able to see our canvas. So this is basically this is the canvas inside this rectangle, this white rectangle. Everything you put in here that's UI related, so like text, buttons and all that, is going to show up on the game. So as you can see, there is our little text box. So that's in the middle of the canvas. So let's go ahead and make that a bit bigger. We can reposition that probably somewhere over there. We'll drag in our font. I think that's the right one. We'll change this to about too small. Let's say about 80 maybe. If we center that like that, and then we need to change that to Breakout like that. We can probably make that a lot bigger. Yeah, let's make it 180. And then move it up a bit. So let's see how that looks. And then we will go ahead and change the color of it to white maybe. So just for testing purposes, I'm just going to duplicate that. And then we'll change this to that pinkish color. Why is that not working? Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Which one looks better, the white or the pink? I think we'll go for the white for now. Just because we're gonna make the buttons, the backgrounds of the buttons, that pink color. So we'll stay with the white for now. So let's go ahead and add in our two buttons. We will create the one button first. We'll design it and style it how we want, and then we will just duplicate it and change the text of it. So let's see, the color of the button, the normal color is going to be that pinkish color with the opacity of 100. And then highlighted color, we will do the same thing, but we will make it slightly darker, I think, just so you can see a little bit of a change when you press it. So let's see. So there you go. As soon as you hover on it, you can see it changes a little bit, goes a bit darker. So that looks good. And then for the pressed color, what should we do? Should we make it even darker? Maybe. So let's say about there. And then select color. We'll just go ahead and make our normal color. What happened? Where'd it go? Okay, so button. And then for our disable color, we will probably make it like a light red maybe. We probably will never see that color, but let's just set it so that it's not white, because no one likes a white button. So yeah, that looks good. So let's change our text on the button. Change the text, drag in our font, change this to play game, change the size to about 50 maybe, and then let's change the color to white as well. And then because the text is not actually centered in the text box, I don't know why, I think it's part of the font, we're just gonna select the text and move it, make it a bit smaller so that it looks like it's in the middle, just like that. I think that looks like it's in the middle. It doesn't have to be exact, but you guys get it. So that's good. So let's go ahead and anchor our text or our title to the top, just like that. And then our button, we will just leave it how it is. And then we want to rename this to play game button. and then we will duplicate this, copy and paste it, change that to exit game button, just like that. And then we need to, which one's it, exit game button, change that from play game to exit game with a space in between. And then all we have to do now is move it down a bit, just to about there. Does that look good? So yeah, that looks good. We could probably move our text down a bit as well, our title text, just because it looks like it's a bit too high. Maybe a bit more, let's say about over there, slightly up, a little bit more. Okay, it doesn't really matter, but I like to make things look really good. So the details matter for me, but it's not going to make a difference in our gameplay. So that looks good so far. So what we are going to do is we are going to put in a little picture of our blocks as well as our paddle and our ball. We're not going to do that now because we're going to make them in our gameplay later on, probably in the next episode. So once we've made them, we'll just drag and drop them in here so we don't have to make them twice. But for now, that looks like it's working nicely. So the next thing we need to do is we need to go ahead and start making our script and linking these buttons to our next scene. So let's go ahead and create an empty object. Let's make this game. We'll call that game manager, and then we will add in our game manager script onto that. So this is how we're going to control these buttons. We're going to be using the game manager script, which is right over here. We're not going to need, well, we probably won't need our start and update method for now, so we'll just go ahead and delete them. What we will need though is we will need to import our scene management. So let's go ahead and do that, just like that. And then what we want to do is we want to have, what is it? We need a play game, we need a exit game, and then we need a main menu. So we need about 3 functions. So let's create these. Public void meaning not returning anything. Public void play game like that. And in here we want to go scene manager dot load scene, and then we're going to say game scene. We'll create this string now after we've created the what's it called, the functions. Next one is public, same as before, public void main menu, and in here we basically do the exact same thing, but instead of the game scene, what we want to load is the menu scene. And then let's go and copy this and paste that. So let's go public void exit game, and then we don't want to load in a scene, so what we want to do is we want to go application. That always happens. Application is selected, press enter, dot quit, and that's basically just going to quit the game from our main menu and send us back to our desktop. So we can go ahead and say, actually no, we can create our read-only strings so that we don't have any errors. So far we need 2 strings, so let's go ahead, read only string game scene is equal to, we'll name, what are we going to name our game scene? Probably just game scene. Game scene, make things simple. Read only string, what was it? Main menu, this needs to be a lowercase, just like that. Copy, just so we don't have to retype it. Menu scene is equal to, we'll change the name, so we'll say menu scene. So these string names need to be the exact name of your scene so that it knows which scene to load in. So we need to change our main scene, which is actually just called sample scene, change the name of that to menu scene, because this is going to be our menu scene. Reload that, and then we can go ahead and create in our next scene. So this is going to be called game scene, and what we want to do is we want to open that and go into our build settings, and then we want to add our open scene, which is the game scene, into our scenes, so that we can switch between our two scenes. If you haven't added all of your scenes that you are switching between into this setting here, you won't be able to switch between them, so make sure you do that if you are following along. So save that for now. Let's first of all go and change that color, because like I said, I don't like it to be blue. It looks weird. But let's go ahead and go back to our main menu scene, save that, and now we can go ahead and link our buttons. So in the scene, select our button, we will add in an on-click event, and then drag in our game manager, and then for this is the play game, let's go to our game manager and select the play game function that we created. We'll save that, do the exact same thing for our exit, drag in the game manager, and then select from our game manager script exit game. Perfect. So just so that we see if the exit game actually works, because it's not going to quit us out of the Unity editor. If you build and export your game and you quit the game, that will work, but only from a built game, not from the Unity editor. So it's not going to do anything. So let's just go debug.log, and then we'll just say exit game. So if that works, it should print out a message over here saying exit game. So once that's finished loading, go ahead and play our game, or in this case play our main menu, and then if we play our game, we go back to the game scene. So that's perfect. And then let's go ahead and go into exit game. Hopefully that also works. So exit game, that's working perfectly fine. So let's go ahead and delete that, because we know it's working. So that is it. We'll save that, save our script, and then go to our checklist. So link up the main menu to the game scene. So that's perfect. So that was quick and easy. That's it for this episode. So let's go ahead and commit this wherever our GitHub is. GitHub desktop. Okay, so commit to main, or commit our initial project creation. Things are so slow today, I don't know why. Maybe our internet's on the wrong one. Okay. No, it's on the right one. But I don't know why. Maybe it's just struggling. We need to get a better computer to handle the stream and the game engine. Clearly it's not fast enough. It seems to be working so far. So don't know what's happening, but anyway. Okay, I'll go ahead and do that in the background after the stream, just because you know we've done it in the previous series. Actually, we'll just do it now because it's finished. So new project, main menu setup. Oh my goodness. Copy, paste. So actually we don't need to do that. Let's just go main menu, because we already created our new project. So let's go main menu setup, set up the main menu, and linked the main menu scene to the game scene. What else do we do? We did nothing, so that's it, I don't think. So we'll push that to origin, and then I will go ahead and commit that once that's finished. It might take a while, so we'll just minimize that for now. But yeah, that's it for this episode. So if you like the look of this game, because that's all we've already done, please do subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the rest of the series. There will be one every day for the next 5 days. This can be a 5-part series. I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah. We're gonna try and crack out episode 2 right now. So that is why I'm gonna be dressed in the same clothes anyway. So yeah, I think that's it. So if you're enjoying these series, please give these videos a like. I'm having a lot of fun doing them, and that's it for this episode. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in tomorrow's episode, where we will start our basic gameplay and start getting our paddle ready, start making our ball move, and I think what else we're going to do, and we're also going to start working on our outer bounds. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy them as much as I do, but for now we'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Thank you, bye.